This is a video, it's a companion piece to my In the Beginning. It's not a video I really wanted to make, but I needed to acknowledge this. I always find it weird that some people accept books like Charles Dickens books, or even something by Huckleberry Finn, and accept the differences in attitudes of society to people and everybody and how things change. I always work on the theory that you have to remember all fiction is a made-up world. So if there is some changes, science fiction seems to suffer this more than anything else, especially with changes in technology. So if somebody in a science fiction book, an old science fiction book, is using punch cards to run a computer, some people have problems with that. Well, to me, my brain goes to, this is the world the author has created. So in that world, punch cards to run a computer are normal things. And then it also goes to shame with societal things. Older books, especially if you get some around about the 50s and even the 60s, may have some sexism in them, maybe even a little bit of racism, but people seem to be able to accept this in a James Bond book like Casino Royale is rife with it. James Bond, Casino Royale. But in some science fiction books, people struggle with this. So if you're the person who will throw down a book because of that, I think you're missing out. You have to accept this is the world in which this book has created. This is the world the author has created, and it will reflect the society of the time, and it may not have the same what's the word? The societal values will be slightly different. And if you want to read this stuff, you need to accept that may happen. And I find it very often on younger readers, people who read a lot of modern fantasy, a lot of science fiction, which I don't read much. They will pick up a old book, say Foundation, Isaac Asimov, and wonder why there's lots of men in rooms smoking cigars. That's how it was at the time. But you have to accept that to move on and to get what you can out of these books, because there's huge amounts to love about them. The ideas, the thinking about it. You have to remember that science fiction isn't there to predict the future. Most science fiction is a reflection of the society at the time, which is why you have, good idea is films. The films of the 50s and 60s had alien invasions, lots of alien invasions, because people were scared of war, because the Cold War was going on at the time. And books reflect similar things, similar values, and similar things that were going on at the time. So I hope that you will give these older books a go and try and overlook their issues. I'm not saying you ignore them, but I'm saying that they are there and they will be there, but we shouldn't discount books because of that. So I hope that makes quite a bit of sense. Anyway, I said shortly will be another little video, and the first of the books will be out in the next few days.